Hey guys, welcome back to another sketchbook talk, and today's topic is going to be vent art, which is where you sort of vent through your art, which is very important to do. It's very important to vent, and as an artist, doing vent art is probably one of the best ways to vent for you. Not only for your mental health purposes of actually venting, feeling better, it also helps you improve as an artist, even if it's just so subtly. Because a few days ago when I was drawing in my sketchbook and I was venting, I decided to record it because I realized I had very little footage. I actually didn't have any other things ready for a while, so I figured why not? Might as well make myself productive. And so vent art ensued, and that's why you see a lot of self-inserted stuff, especially on these first two pages. It is vent art. The purpose of venting through your artwork is to get those feelings down and express your feelings. And when you express your feelings like that, and when you're putting some sort of thought into what you're feeling and you're expressing it, you really do help yourself feel better. And I actually did feel a lot better after drawing. Now, how this helps you is, I'm gonna be completely honest. I wasn't practicing anatomy. I wasn't even trying to go for the greatest anatomy or practice purposes, but it still gets, practice is practice no matter where it comes from. So doing sketches, one of the things it really helped me with is learning expressions. Because the proper way to vent for me is really capturing how I feel, even if I'm not making the face myself. It's how I want my face to look and how I want to sort of scream or whatnot. So it helps with for me it helps a lot with expression. And what I've noticed looking back at the set art I've made, it actually has some pretty good composition in some of them, or just really good ideas. And this is just one thing. It could just flow ideas, and I experimented with a few things. You see, I'm drawing my glasses in purple because I got new glasses and they are purple. I do like showing that little tidbit, and doing only certain things in color. For the emphasis in the hate thing in the top left corner, you have "I hate you" in red. And a disclaimer here: I'm fine. Yes, something happened, but it's been resolved. So I'm making this from a place where I look back and I see what I was feeling, but it's fine. I feel better now, and the whole situation's been resolved. And I could look back on these things and see what I was doing. For the tears, I'm flipping to another page, but the tears I did in blue, everything was just pencil sketch. Now this one I actually have to it came from my idea. The day before, I was hanging out at my boyfriend's house, and he was watching this 8-year-old. And I was bored over there, so I'm I want to draw something, but I don't know what. And of course, this 8-year-old goes, "Why don't you draw how you're feeling?" And I'm my instant thought was just to draw the void that day, but I didn't end up drawing. I ended up ditching drawing in general because drawing's hard. But then I ended up actually not today, whenever I drew this, a few days ago, I can't remember, I drew how I was feeling, and I felt sad, so there's a lot of dark, glooming feelings in the background, because, I was sad, upset, but then there was something growing, there was something there, and, my idea at first was to make it a rose, but then I remembered I don't know how to draw flowers worth crap, which is something I could have practiced on for this, but I really didn't want to, I didn't really want to go deep into study mode with this. That isn't the point of venting. But it ended up being, sorry, my brother just threw open my door. It ended up being more of a hurricane symbol, and then I tried to dab off some paint and it kind of took off too much. And so I'm just journaling here, which is another good thing to do. Art journaling, just kind of journal in it. And I forget what I say, and I'm too lazy to go grab my sketchbook because it's across the room. But it says something along the lines of, be careful with the negative emotions you have inside you, because it can either bloom into a nice rose, into something beautiful, or it can grow into a powerful storm. which is what I was trying to convey here. And I want to actually revisit this idea of, it being a storm or a rose, something like you can't tell. Because when you have such strong emotions, whether it be of hate or of just any severe negativity, of spite, whatever it is, you can't make it into something beautiful and like use it to turn around your life like some underdog story, or you can really do damage with it. So I actually really want to revisit that concept. I really do. It would be nice. And that's one thing I love about vent arting, like, not vent arting, just making art for venting purposes. You actually get some pretty good ideas out of it. And it was around here I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm drawing much calmer things. I like drawing flowers, so I'm drawing flowers. And, great watering can over there. I journal some more. And you can read, it's use your tears as a tool to grow. And this was me trying to say, when you're upset, you should, use that upsetness to sort of inspire you to be better and to do something with it. You shouldn't let the bad times just keep you from being a good person or keep you from doing what you want to do. And that's been something I've been trying to do lately, but like, yeah, that's a work in progress. And there's nothing wrong with being a work in progress. Another thing here is I'm just kind of scribbling on color. I'm not really practicing. I'm not like going in depth into color. Like right here you can clearly see I'm scribbling it on. Because I just like color into the page, and it's really nice to just get down almost like a color composition. Like almost like thumbnailing it. And here I'm just doodling clouds and stuff. And this is actually a kind of a style, quote unquote, I found recently where like it's very minimalistic, but it gives me a chance to sort of practice using like hatching as a way of shading, because I usually use more of a blending instead of hatching or cross hatching. I forget what I do exactly. I think it's more of a cross hatching in some places. No, actually I kept with hatching because I want to keep it consistent. But like, and I was just drawing clouds and lightning, and I actually really love storms. So they're very pretty, and it's just very calming to me to watch like a nice dangerous, nothing like a dangerous storm. I wouldn't watch tornadoes, but like I like the concept of just rain falling, even though I wasn't drawing rain. I'm sorry, my brother's in the background. Or looking at lightning is very pretty, and it's just a very calming image to draw, and just kind of let it go. It's just something to do and something to distract myself with. That's what I love about art. When it comes to venting, the best thing sometimes I could do for myself, especially if I'm really stressing on things, just distract myself. Do literally anything else. Occupy my mind with literally anything else that isn't going to get me so stressful. But, yeah. I'm not sure if I have much more to talk on the subject, but I still got 2, 3, maybe even 4 more minutes of dialogue to go. So I'll just keep talking about, this. I think with the doodles here, what I like a lot is just how simple and minimalistic it sort of is. And, it helps me use, light. Using that lightning strike you see right there as a light source, I'd eventually draw, go to, light that would reflect off the clouds onto the top of the clouds where to show. And, there's more light in some area and less in others that are farther away, etc., etc. And, I don't know. When it comes to vent art, it's nice to take an opportunity, at least try, and get something out of it that is art-related. Or at least in my case. I personally find feeling better in a lot when I'm not, whereas when I'm sort of growing or learning something or practicing. Because art's a big struggle when it comes to, I can't just learn it and it be great. I have to actually practice and keep going at it. So I have a love-hate relationship with art. 'Tis fine. But with that, a group of clouds, I eventually, add sort of the highlights of where light would be. And it's just great. It's just great meat. As for the actual, did it help? It did help me a lot, especially since the things I was trying to vent out was stress over something that had happened. I was still upset about it. It helps for me to be productive. So recording this was actually a big help, and talking about it is still a big help. And then there's the art aspect of, actually drawing. I haven't drawn lately. I've just been having a hard time picking myself up to do anything. Depression. But, taking an opportunity when you're, feeling down like crap and using it and venting it properly for once is very lovely. And I'm not saying you have to vent through art. Sure, it's how probably a lot of people do it, because you don't really need artistic ability for it. And even if you do have artistic ability, now it's the time to throw it all away. But there's also other ways to vent. Talking to people is obviously a good way of doing it. I was talking to my boyfriend the entire time, and there's also journaling. I keep a journal. Oh, not only to help me keep them organized and remember what day of the week it is, what I have to do, but it helps to really write down everything that's going on and how you're feeling. I'm sure there's other ways of it too. I've vlogged in the past, and I may still vlog here and there, but I don't really expect to vlog more. And I'm trying to think of other venting ways, but I really can't think of anything more off the top of my head. Talking to a therapist technically counts as just talking to other people, which is honestly a great thing to do. But whatever you do, don't cope with these feelings in an unhealthy way. It just ends up making things worse for everybody involved. Trust me, I've been there. But anyway, we're actually getting closer to the end of this video, so I'll just sign off with this thing. I hope any of y'all that are watching, if you're going through a time where you need to vent, I hope you're feeling better. And see ya. Bye.